something I don't normally do on the channel. I think never actually. That's not true. That's not true. I don't think that's entirely true. I believe one time I did do the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather's fight. I think I did talk about that here on the channel. But normally I don't talk about boxing because I don't really follow the sport of boxing all that much. When there's a high profile fight, just like many of you guys that tried to tune into Netflix last night and just constantly got the buffering, I followed the Jake Paul Tyson fight, and I was really kind of interested in this whole bout because much like the Conor McGregor fight, you don't really get to see a whole lot of these unique fights going on. So basically what happened yesterday during the fight, Jake Paul won a decisive victory against Mike Tyson. And I'm not going to talk about the fight in general, like when it comes to punch, round to round. I'm talking more about people's reaction to the Jake Paul Tyson fight, because instantly after the fight, my entire Twitter feed, Facebook, like, y'all went insane. Like, I don't know. And I wrote on Facebook this morning that I don't know what people really expected with this fight. Like, Mike Tyson was 30 years older than Jake Paul. This was never going to be nothing more than a glorified sparring session. This was a paycheck for both Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. These two, regardless, see, what's so awesome about Mike Tyson and Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather and some of these guys and Jake Paul is they are like hype masters. They hype up these fights to bring in an audience to collect a paycheck. And that's what this fight was. Just like the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather match, it was all about the hype for a paycheck, and you guys all bought it hook, line, and sinker. Then you guys get mad because you tune in to see a 60-year-old man against a 27-year-old man, and you guys are all upset because of the outcome, because of the way the fight went. Like, this wasn't gonna be Mike Tyson going out there knocking Jake. Like, regardless of how you feel about Jake Paul, I'm not a fan of Jake Paul either. Like, I'm not a big fan of his. I don't really care about it. I would love to see Mike Tyson knock his head off. But for people going in thinking Mike Tyson was going to be Mike Tyson from 30 years ago and just one punch knocked Jake Paul out, like, I don't understand why people thought that was going to happen. Regardless of how you feel about Jake Paul, he's not a scrub. Like, he's not like an elite by any means, but he's no scrub either. So to think Mike Tyson's just gonna go out there and just one punch knock Jake Paul out, I think your expectations just wasn't realistic. Like, this was a glorified sparring session that Netflix went ahead and promoted, put it on their streaming services. Their servers were awful. Hopefully they get that fixed out before Raw moves over there live every Monday. But this was a glorified sparring match. That's all this was ever going to be, because Tyson is not in his prime, guys. I am telling you right now, both these competitors, they knew exactly what they were doing. They were talking like, hey, we're going to go out, we're going to do this, we're not going to try to kill each other, we're going to put on a good show, and we're both going to just be rolling in the money on the next morning. That's what this is. And for people to be on Facebook going, oh, this sucks, this whole boxing match was fixed, it was all a setup, it was a fix, blah, blah, blah. Like, what did you guys think was going to happen? Some of these people scrolling through Twitter and their reaction, it's just absolutely insane. People are like, oh man, this was all fixed and all this stuff. It was a glorified sparring session. Again, you're talking about someone who is 30 years older than the competitor. Okay, what did you think was going to happen? It just blows my mind. Like, I made this joke in the car, but I feel like the people that actually thought that Tyson was going to come out and was actually going to be toe-to-toe, if not dominate Jake Paul, must be the same delusional people that voted for Kamala Harris. Like, that's who they are. Like, the people that voted for Kamala Harris are the same delusional people that thought that Mike Tyson was going to go out there and be Mike Tyson of 30 years ago and knock Jake Paul on his butt. Like, it wasn't going to happen, guys. One, Jake Paul is not a scrub. Two, this was something that both guys set up. They knew was going to be a glorified sparring match. 3, Mike Tyson is much older, 3 decades older than Jake Paul, and this was never going to be a competitive bout. This was just a fun expedition in order to have the money roll in. Both these guys are happy today. You know why? Because both these guys are much, much, much richer today. They were already rich, but now they're Whoopi Goldberg rich. If you get the reference, then hey, how you doing, View? But yes, that's what it is, guys. There's no reason to be upset. There's no reason to be a keyboard warrior. Go on Facebook and Twitter. This match is fixed. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, this whole match was trash. You all tuned in for it. The promotion worked. They promoted it and it worked. You all bought it. Hook, line, sinker, get over it. Okay? It did its job. It hooked everybody in. They put on an 8-round bout. You don't like the outcome. I don't understand what you guys thought the outcome was going to be, but you got what you got, and that's pretty much the way it is. So I don't understand why people just lose their mind. They're just losing their mind out there, guys. Oh my God. Calm down, guys. It's not the end of the world. I promise you. It's not the end of the world. If you even went into this with a little bit of logic, you would have known what this was all about to begin with. It was all about the one and only thing that's important in the world, the almighty dollar, ladies and gentlemen. But that's all I have. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.